What is convenience costing your firm? What if some of the biggest problems inside your firm exist because people are doing what's easiest and not what's best, not what's safest, and not what's the most effective, just simply the easiest? Hi, I'm Jesse Castro. And before you reject that idea, consider this. How many decisions are made every day because they're convenient? How many shortcuts have become habits? How many workarounds have become processes? And what if convenience is quietly creating consequences? Most people don't choose convenience because they're lazy. They choose it because it works, at least in the short term. Convenience saves time. Convenience reduces friction. And convenience feels effective. Until the day it isn't. Because convenience has hidden costs. The cost is usually invisible at first. That's why people keep choosing it. The easiest choice. It often looks like the best choice until consequences arrive. Here's what happens. Someone finds a fastest way, a simpler way, a more convenient way. At first, it's temporary. And then it becomes common. Then it becomes normal. And eventually, people forget it was ever a shortcut. Now it's just the way we do things. That's how convenience becomes culture. Not through bad decisions, through repeated ones. I remember a conversation with a firm that believed they had a very efficient process. Everyone liked it, everyone used it, everyone defended it. Why? Because it was easy. It saved time. It reduced steps, made things move faster. And for years, it seemed to work. Then one day, we started asking questions. Why is this done this way? Nobody knew. Nobody understood what was happening. When was the last time this was evaluated? Nobody knew. What problem was it originally solving? Nobody knew. The process survived because it was convenient, not because it was effective. And that's when it became very obvious. People weren't protecting the process. They were protecting the convenience. And that's a big difference. Now here's the second shift. Most consequences arrive later. That's why convenience wins. The benefit happens now. The cost happens later. And humans are naturally drawn toward that trade. Easy today often becomes expensive tomorrow. Not because the choice was terrible, because the consequences were delayed. Now here's what protected firms do differently. They don't ask what's the easiest. They ask what's the most sustainable, what's repeatable, what's consistent, and what's clear. Because clarity scales, convenience doesn't. Convenience works until it doesn't. Clarity always works. And that's the difference. So here's the real question. Inside your firm, what are your people doing that is effective? And what are they doing that's simply convenient? Because those are not the same thing. And the longer convenience goes unquestioned, the more expensive it becomes. So click the link to take our assessment so that you can find out the gaps and the assumptions. You'll be able to find the conveniences that have become habits so you can replace them with clarity.